Hey guys, what's up? It's Steve here, and I've decided that I gotta do one of these Draw My Life videos because I've been seeing them all over YouTube, and you know, since this is an art channel, it just makes sense to me. So yeah, before I was even born, my dad actually moved here from England. He moved to Canada, and he moved here when he was 30, and the reason for that is he actually came to work on building the CN Tower. He actually got to go to the very top to work on the antennas. So whenever I look at the CN Tower, it's almost like a symbol of my existence because I wouldn't be here without the CN Tower. When he came here, he ended up meeting my mom, and they had 3 lovely children. I have 2 sisters, and in 1984 they had me, the middle child, Steve Arena. That's me. One of my earliest childhood memories isn't a fond one really. It was me when I was 2 years old finding my grandma who was having a stroke, and unfortunately she died. So, you know, that was kind of hard for me, but, you know, it was an early wake up to what life was about, life and death and all that stuff. But anyways, let's not talk about all that. Let's talk about fun, happy memories, and this is actually my cottage, which I love. I go there every summer. I can't wait for this summer to get up there. And yeah, this is actually my best friend Adam, who I met in kindergarten, and we did a lot of stupid stuff like playing mini sticks and eating cereal out of salad bowls. Then when I started going to school, I remember one thing. I remember everyone used to play kissing tag, and I remember being the only boy who looked at it and thought, you know, this is stupid, why are they doing that? There's something totally wrong with this. I don't know, maybe I was a loser, I don't know, but it just seemed wrong. I remember being the first kid with a computer because my dad worked in the computer industry, and I got to play Doom before everyone else, and you know, I just got to rock a computer at such a young age. When I was a kid, one of my favorite things ever to do was to play with Lego. I used to build houses, cars, trucks, forts, anything you can think of. I was building it with Lego, and I was just like, I was making these huge huge displays of Lego craziness. I was just your average Lego maniac. Then when I turned 5 years old, I remember my granddad came over from England, and he was an artist, so he actually sat me down at a table one day and he taught me how to draw. As I got a little bit older, I remember one day my uncle called my dad and he said, "You gotta get Steve into hockey because he's Canadian, and that's all us Canadians do. We play hockey, we drink coffee, we eat bacon, and we look at beavers." I remember when my family first got the internet and my dad was telling me about it, and me and my buddy decided that the best thing we could do on the internet was look at pornographic material. Well, one day my dad found it on his computer and said, "What's all this?" And I went totally red and I just said, it was the babysitter. Yes, I decided to blame my babysitter. At a fairly young age, I remember being put in a special education class, or otherwise a SPED class, and it's because they said I had ADD, but I think I just like to look out the window more than I like listening to class because school was boring. By the time grade 8 rolled around, I remember just being so into rap music. Me and my buddies all liked stuff like Puff Daddy and Mace and Biggie, and you know, rap was really getting big back then. I was really happy when I finally graduated public school because I was sick of the whole SPED thing, and I was sick of all the people. I just wanted to get out there and see more of life. I remember starting to break dance with my friends and doing all sorts of cool stuff. I also started getting into a lot of trouble. I met up with a bunch of friends, and we used to go out every Friday night egging houses and people and cars and anything we could possibly egg, and we started stealing, which is bad, so don't steal, guys. Now, one reason I don't have a problem with being a delinquent as a kid is I started to get into graffiti, which I still love to this day. I had a crew, everything was awesome, until one day I think one of their buddies ended up ratting on them, so they got in trouble and I got away. I remember around grade 10 being finally introduced to alcohol, and that was the funniest night of my life because I remember all my friends were drunk and we went out to this restaurant, and I spilled this glass of water all over the table and we were just acting like complete idiots. I guess I figured why stop at alcohol, so my buddies and I ended up starting to smoke weed and cigarettes, and I mean, cigarettes are awful. Weed, not so bad, but cigarettes I hate, so don't smoke cigarettes. In high school, I used to kill a lot of time writing rhymes. I used to think I was an awesome rapper, and, you know, me and my buddies got into that and started recording music. It was then at this time that my favorite movie, 8 Mile, came out, and I thought Eminem was awesome. He was like my biggest idol, and I decided that I had to be a rapper too. When I finally graduated high school, I decided the best bet for me was to go to art school. So that's where I went for 1 year, and I loved it. It was great. Eventually the time came that I was old enough to finally drive, and I got my first car, which was a Honda Civic, and the freedom I felt was amazing. When I finally finished art school, I decided that I didn't want to be a starving artist, so I decided to enroll myself in advertising, which was a 2-year course that I really enjoyed. It was at this school that I decided to get involved in basketball, and I was on the college basketball team. I also decided to quit smoking cigarettes because there's no way I could get through practice smoking those things. And I remember all the black people in the school were actually on the basketball team, so yeah, that was kind of funny. When YouTube finally came out, I decided that this would be a great way for me to pursue my rap dream, so I started making rap videos. When I finally graduated from my advertising program, my dad actually offered me a job in the marketing department at his company, and I still work there today, and it is actually a really great job. A year later, I met one of my favorite girls in the world, who is my girlfriend Jennifer, and we've been together ever since, and yeah, I just remember being infatuated by her. I decided at this point in my life I wanted a little extra income, and I decided the hell with the starving artist thing, I was gonna give it a try and sell my art, and I actually did. Eventually my girlfriend and I decided that it'd be an awesome idea to move into an apartment together, just so we could kind of figure out what life's about and, you know, be a little more independent. After a year we decided it was way too expensive, so we decided to move home because we want to save up for a house. I eventually decided that with all the artwork I was selling, it only made sense to promote my artwork a little bit more. So I decided to get a YouTube account and I called it Steve's Art Studio. I also decided to get a partnership which helped me make a little more extra money. My girlfriend and I have actually been very lucky because we started this whole tradition where we've decided that every year around Christmas time we are going to go on a vacation. So every year we always go somewhere warm. 1 year we went to Mexico, the other year we went to the Dominican Republic, 1 year Cuba, and then in the last year we actually managed to go to Jamaica. Now this was our favorite trip of all because this is actually the trip that I decided to propose to my girlfriend, who is now obviously my fiance. I did it in the water, I gave her this real fancy ring and asked her to be my lady, and she had to say yes, because if she didn't I would be very sad. So to this day we're still happy, and we're gonna get married probably in a year or so. And this brings us to today, April 16th. Now what you guys don't realize is today's my birthday, so yeah, happy birthday to me. Well, anyways, if you guys want to get me a gift or something, just don't. The only thing I hope is you guys keep supporting me because it means so much to me. You know, and I'm so happy about YouTube. I'm happy with my girlfriend. I'm happy with all my friends and family. I'm happy. So, you know, thank you guys for everything. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, just thanks a lot, guys.